Hello students, welcome to 6th science class. In our last session, we have started chapter number 7, nutrition and diet. So out of all nutrients, we have seen carbohydrates, fats, proteins and minerals. Vitamins, its types also we have seen yesterday. They are water soluble and water insoluble. So vitamins, how we can get, from which sources we can get vitamins, and if there is deficiency of vitamins, which diseases are caused, that we are going to see today. First vitamin is vitamin A. Vitamin A is present in carrot, milk, butter, dark green vegetables, sweet potatoes, deep yellow fruits like banana and vegetables. This vitamin A helps to protect eyes. Our eyesight is dependent on vitamin A. For good eyesight, vitamin A is important. Vitamin A also helps our skin, bones and teeth to keep healthy. Vitamin A is essential for skin, bones and teeth development and growth. It helps to keep them healthy. If vitamin A is not in proper amount in your diet, that is, its deficiency can cause night blindness. As you can see, the word itself describes its meaning. Night blindness means that person who is suffering from night blindness will not be able to see in dim light, or during night or during absence of light. If light is dim, then he will not be able to see anything. Also, it can cause, that is, deficiency of vitamin A can cause xeroderma. Xeroderma is disease related to skin. In that, skin will become very dry. Next is vitamin B. Vitamin B1 helps in proper function of nerves and heart. Yesterday I told nerves or nervous is related to system of brain. So nerves are what? Nerves are special tiny pipes which are leading special signals to brain. They are not carrying other anything, but they are carrying the signals towards the brain. So these are nerves. So functioning of these nerves and heart is properly done with the help of vitamin B. Vitamin B1 we can get from milk, fish, meat, cereals, nuts and pulses. If this vitamin B1 is deficient in your diet, then diseases will be beriberi, which is a brain disorder, and also it can cause muscle weakness and inefficiency, means our muscles cannot work properly. By some work also your muscles will start to pain and there will be weakness in your body. Next vitamin is B9. B9 is helping in growth of overall body. This is present in deep green vegetables, papayas and kiwis. Deficiency of this will cause improper growth, anemia, forgetfulness and slow movements. Our body will not properly grow if vitamin B9 is not present in your diet. Anemia. Yesterday already we have discussed Anemia is the disease in which red blood cell count of your blood reduces. Forgetfulness is the disability in which the person is not able to remember things. He will forget the things. This is called forgetfulness. Next is B12. This B12 vitamin is essential for formation of red blood cells. This vitamin B12 is present in meat and milk products. So if this B12 is not present in your diet, that is deficiency will cause anemia. Next vitamin is vitamin C. Vitamin C protects body tissues. Formation of collagen. Collagen is a protein essential for gums, teeth, bones and skin. Tissues. Tissues means collection of cells. In last chapters we have studied what is meant by cell. Cell is the smallest part of every living thing's body. So if some cells are collected together, that is group of cells, is called tissues. So protection of these tissues is done by vitamin C. Also collagen named protein, which is essential for gums, teeth, bones and skin, is produced with the help of vitamin C. Vitamin C is present in amla, kiwi, oranges and other citrus fruits. Citrus fruits means the fruits which are having somewhat sour taste because it contains citric acid. That's why these foods are known as citrus fruits and they are having sour taste. For example, again, other sources of vitamin C are cabbage, tomatoes, green leafy vegetables. Deficiency of vitamin C will cause scurvy. Scurvy is the disease in which gums are bleeding. Thyroid malfunctioning. Thyroid is a gland present in our neck and that secretes some special chemicals called enzymes which are essential for the chemical reactions in our body. So if vitamin C is not present in your diet, then this thyroid gland will not work properly. Malfunctioning means it will not work properly. Next is delay in healing of wound. Healing of wound means if you are having any wound, after certain days automatically our body starts to work on that and that wound gets repaired. So this repairing of wounds is called healing. This healing of wounds will not take place if vitamin C deficiency is there in your body. Next vitamin is vitamin D. It absorbs calcium and phosphorus for healthy bones and teeth. For healthy bones and teeth, the minerals calcium and phosphorus are very much important. And the absorption of calcium and phosphorus by the bones is done by vitamin D. This you can get from on exposure to sunlight. Vitamin D is made in human body. For some substances also you can get, for example, milk, fish, eggs and butter. Deficiency of vitamin D will cause rickets. Rickets means softening of bones. Bones are become soft. Bones should be hard, but due to deficiency of vitamin D, they become soft. This disease is called rickets, which causes pain and fractures. Next is vitamin E. Function of vitamin E in your body is smooth functioning of metabolism inside the cells, reproduction, maintaining the efficiency of muscle cells. Metabolism is the related to digestion, and this is happening inside every part, every cell of the body. So metabolism inside the cell is done properly with the help of vitamin E. Reproduction means it is related to pregnancy, that is reproduction, and also the proper working or proper functioning of muscle cells is dependent on vitamin E. Sources of vitamin E are wheat germ, green leafy vegetables, tender leaves, and vegetable oils. Deficiency of vitamin E can cause weak muscles, obstruction in pregnancy, that is pregnancy related problems can start if deficiency of vitamin A is in your body. Also it can cause skin disorders. Skin related diseases will cause due to deficiency of vitamin E. Last vitamin is vitamin K, helps in clotting of blood. Clotting of blood means, for example, I will tell, suppose while playing you have felt and there is blood coming out of your body. Then if you will see, after some time the blood stops coming out from the body after certain time, and if you will touch to the blood near the wound, it becomes somewhat hardened. This process is called clotting of blood, because if this process will not happen, all the blood from our body will come out, and that's why our body undergoes the process of clotting of blood. Means the blood, liquid blood becomes solid so that it will not come out from the wound. This is called clotting of blood. Sources of vitamin K are green leafy vegetables, green cabbage, broccoli, sprouted pulses, and yellow of egg. Deficiency will cause excessive bleeding after any injury. So in this way, these vitamins are helping in our body for various processes, and the deficiency will cause number of diseases. So it is always good to take vitamins in proper amount in your diet. Deficiency of vitamins can cause these diseases: scurvy, rickets, goiter. In the past, some events are related to deficiency of vitamins and the diseases due to that. Casimir Funk was a scientist who belonged to Poland in Europe. In a scientific article, he read that people who ate brown rice were less likely to get beriberi than those who ate fully milled rice. Means who are eating fully processed rice, they are getting less number of nutrients from it, because the whatever rice without processed is there, that contains more nutrients. So the peoples who are eating brown rice, that is the rice without processing, are more immune to disease like beriberi. He was able to identify and isolate the substance which prevents the disease. He named it vitamin. He also proposed that the other disorders like scurvy, pellagra, and rickets were also caused by deficiency of various vitamins. Next concept is probiotics. You know that the useful microorganisms which convert milk into yogurt are present in yogurt and in buttermilk. That is, in yogurt and in buttermilk, some microorganisms are present, but they are useful microorganisms. They are called probiotics. Lakhs of microorganisms inside our body also are present in our intestine. Their presence in such large number is essential for our health. They are good microorganisms or useful microorganisms present in our intestine. Hence, to maintain them in our body, we should include probiotics such as yogurt and buttermilk in our daily diet. For example, with one situation I will tell, when we suffer from loose motions and vomiting, we throw out microorganisms along with intestinal water from our intestine. So, number of microorganisms present in our intestine reduces, and to maintain their number or to increase the number of microorganisms in our intestine, again along with some medicines, we have to take extra yogurt and buttermilk to restore them in their number along with the medicines. Some medicines also can kill them. So, in that case also we have to need to take extra yogurt and buttermilk to restore their numbers. So, probiotics is also important along with all nutrients. So, include probiotics, that is yogurt and buttermilk, also in your diet. In tomorrow's session, we will see what is meant by diet, what is meant by balanced diet, how we should include or which type of food we have to include during our in our diet.